O great Allah, my heart belongs to you. Allahu Akbar. Like the video and listen carefully. In the days when the minarets of Baghdad stretched like faithful fingers toward the mercy of Allah the Almighty, and the air hummed with the call to prayer and the whisper of supplications, there lived a man named Karim. He performed his prayers, but his heart remained deaf, and in his soul festered a cankerworm, gnawing at him from within, a thirst for greatness as insatiable as the desert heat. Karim watched the mighty viziers, whose names were sung in verses, and the wise scholars, whose foreheads shone from prostration, and the poison of envy corroded his nafs. Why them and not me? He would whisper toward the Qibla, but not calling upon Allah the Almighty. I shall be great at any cost. One day after the Friday prayer, in a dusty alley, he met a blind old man. He was not selling, but rather guarding antiquities. Among them lay a mirror in a frame of ebony wood, engraved with inverted names. It will show you the path to fame that never fades, the old man hissed. A path where neither mercy nor prayers are needed. Astaghfirullah, I seek forgiveness from Allah, escaped Karim's lips reflexively, but his hand reached for the mirror anyway. He took it, tossing out, Inshallah, God willing, I will return with payment. He lied. His Inshallah was an empty sound. From then on, Karim ceased seeking solace in prayer. Instead, every night he would whisper with the mirror. His reflection would say, people are weak. They seek support in Allah the Almighty. Take it away, and they will become yours. And Karim began his war. He arranged for the honest merchant Abdurrahman, known for giving charity after every prayer, to be accused of theft. Witnesses bribed by Karim swore wallahi, by Allah, giving false testimony. The people who loved the merchant were confounded, and Karim publicly exclaiming, MashaAllah, what Allah has willed, how low a man can fall, bought the merchant's business for a pittance. That evening, the mirror shone so brightly it outshone the lamp's light. Karim's fame grew, but he was infuriated by the quiet street where the Al-Hakim Mosque stood. Old Imam Yusuf, whose face glowed from long nightly prayers, was a beacon for the people. They came to him with sorrows, and he, raising his hands in dua, supplication, would entrust their problems to the most merciful. People left him in peace, repeating, Alhamdulillah, praise be to Allah. Karim whispered that the Imam consorted with jinn, but the rumors would not stick. Then he sent his servant into the mosque during the night tahajjud prayer. The servant was to be caught with a pouch full of amulets, but the servant, entering and hearing the Imam's penetrating voice calling out, O Allah the Almighty, guide the lost to the straight path, dropped the pouch and fled in terror, crying, La ilaha illallah, there is no God but Allah. Karim, seized by madness, decided to act himself. On the night of decree, Laylat al-Qadr, when all the faithful seek the forgiveness of Allah the Almighty in tearful prayer, he bypassed the mosque and slipped inside. He carried a scroll where verses from the Quran were mixed with sorcerous symbols. His goal was to defile the mihrab. The air in the mosque, usually filled with the scent of purity and incense, suddenly grew still. Karim froze, hearing not a voice, but the meaning itself, permeating the universe. Is it not enough for them that we have sent down to you the book? Surah Al-Ankabut 51. This verse resonated not in Arabic, but directly in his heart. The mirror in his robe cracked with a deafening ring, and from the fissures poured not light, but a thick, living darkness that coiled around his wrists like manacles. At that moment, the door opened. On the threshold stood Imam Yusuf, who had not slept on this holy night. He was not surprised. His gaze was filled not with anger, but with bottomless pity. Karim, he said quietly, even now, Allah the Almighty is merciful. Say, La ilaha illallah. But Karim could not. His tongue, accustomed to flattery and lies, grew stiff. He wanted to scream for help, but in vain. He burst out of the mosque onto the deserted street. Dawn was breaking over Baghdad, pink and pure. From the minaret, the morning call to prayer began. Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest. For Karim, this call became fire. He covered his ears and began to run, but wherever he fled, the call to prayer caught up with him, sounding from every crack, echoing from every stone. People coming out for the Fajr prayer saw a madman dashing through the streets with black, pitch-like bands on his wrists, while their own hearts were filled with peace from the words, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. I bear witness there is no God, but Allah. He ran from the glory he had so craved, because he understood. True greatness belongs only to Him, Allah the Almighty, the most gracious, the most merciful. And his own thirst for elevation had turned into an eternal, torturous fall. A flight from the very sound of the name that is the ultimate truth and the only real glory. And in every repetition of Alhamdulillah, after the believer's prayers, he heard his own sentence. Right under the video, Allahu Akbar,